Relapse prevention therapy is a method of staying sober long-term that identifies critical points and critical situations that a client gets in so that when he identifies them, he can use the tools that he's taught to go back and get out of those situations. Sometimes the relapse cycle is looked at, and the relapse cycle is like a clock that you can identify where you are in your sobriety at any moment. The relapse cycle, we're taught by Terry Gorski, who developed this program, that if you get to 7 o'clock in the clock, which 7 o'clock meaning pain and problems increase in my old people, places, and things, if you get to that point, it's very hard to turn back from that and avoid a full relapse. The overview of this is that the relapse begins long before the drink or the drug is actually used. The relapse begins, in this case, perhaps when you return to denial or you stop growing. And then it's a slippery slope as you start to isolate and return to old behaviors. We did a program with 5 people over a 10-week period, which identified a lot of their critical situations that they put themselves in, that perhaps they led through this clock and were able to identify people that were in the relapse cycle and didn't even realize it. We were able to then work with them to back off of it. This is something that is going to be offered to all new clients in the next several weeks. To think that we're living a perfect life as a sober person, no matter how long you've been sober or how many meetings you go to or how often you see your therapist, there's always some form of negative thinking going on.
In relapse prevention therapy, we help clients uncover their hidden warning signs and things that they haven't even understood about themselves that are part of their relapse process that lead them back into their addiction. In therapy, as in life, we need to keep our stress levels down. And what the stress thermometer shows us is that we need to be functioning in the green level, the functional stress level. We use this as a tool in therapy to talk to people about where their stress levels are right now, where they've been over the past week, what has happened to them as a result of the stress levels, and then we teach them ways to bring their stress level down so that they're functioning again in the green zone. As soon as you get into the yellow zone of the stress thermometer, you start to not think clearly, you get defensive, your thought processes are not conducive to making good decisions, and learning about yourself in recovery and moving forward in recovery is really all about making good decisions. Another reason why understanding the stress thermometer is so important is because anybody with an addiction is used to handling stress by picking up a drink or a drug. And so we need to help them to identify where their stress levels are so that they can bring them down themselves in a sober way, in an adaptive way, rather than relying on a drink or a drug to do that for them. Here at the Beachcomber IOP, we are really proud to be offering the relapse prevention therapy course. It is helping clients understand their relapse triggers, their early warning signs. It's really changing the way people look at their own addiction, and it's gratifying for us to be able to offer that and give our clients just another level of care and support and education in their relapse prevention process.